welcome viewers to another edition of Student Corner. Student Corner is a program done in living television. And here today we will be giving you trends and issues that has happened within the week. Now we have our headlines. FRSC officials allegedly stabs driver to death in Abia State. INEC, youth participation in 2023 elections and relationship trends. I am your host, Shaul Odin Michael, a student of Living TV Film Academy. So in the studio now, I have my colleagues, my fellow classmates on the audience today. By my far left, I have Samuel Ogidi. Samuel Ogidi, please say hi to the viewers.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator, and good afternoon.
Okay, next to him, I have this beautiful young lady, also a student of Living TV Film Academy, Gloria Chukudi. Gloria Chukudi, say hi to our viewers.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator, and hello, viewers.
Okay, sitting directly next to me is the SUG President, Israel Ozemena. Please say hi to the viewers.
Hi, you're welcome to STEM Corner.
Okay, without taking much of our time, the first thing we are going to look into is FRSC, Federal Road Safety Corps. An official allegedly stabs a driver to death in Abia. This happened in Umeka Junction along Enugu-Aba Expressway. Without taking much of our time, I want to ask, please, starting with you, Israel Ozemena, what's your take on this issue? Because we also learned that these people took the bus driver, after stabbing him, they took him to the hospital, and in the hospital he was confirmed dead, and they abandoned him there. And that caused the angry youths of that locale to burn down the FRSC station there. So I want to know, what's your take on this?
All right, you see, that particular incident is a sad one indeed. That when I came across the news on social media, it really boggled my feelings to the extent I begin to ask, why would FRSC officials stabbed a driver? Now, if you follow up the story, they say that they asked the driver to stop, and the driver parked. And they packed all the passengers there. So I wouldn't know what instigated the argument that led or that may have led to the fighting. Now, my concern is this. FRSC official, not even army, not even a police. So why would you stab a driver? Whatever. Now, to me, I understood that these people are trained to be disciplined. These are people who are trained to be disciplined, to be disciplined, all these reckless drivers and all that. So why would FRSC be violent? Does it really mean that they have started recruiting all these repentant Boko Haram? It was just a question I was asking. Maybe all these repentant Boko Haram they have started recruiting them in FRSC, kind of that. To me, I didn't see it as a good omen to that FRSC in Nigeria. Is very, very bad. Now, taken to the young man they stabbed to the hospital, confirming him dead, and they absconded. Based on the news, they said that both the people that took him there ran away and left the dead body there. So to me, it's a sad one indeed. It doesn't really speak good about Nigerian Federal Road Safety Commission.
Okay, Samuel, you may have heard about this news earlier before now. Please, I want to know, is there any legal justification? What do you think that may have led to this? And also, we also know that the Nigerian Road Safety does go about with weapons. How come he has a knife to stab somebody? So, is there any justification? What may have led to this, to that other incident?
Actually, no matter what that must have happened, it shouldn't reach the extent for the road safety, what's it called? Official to stab anybody.
Oh, don't you think he was provoked? Like he was
provoked?
Even
though he's provoked. Now, officially, they don't handle armed weapons. Now, so which means this is what he's keeping as secretly with himself. So no matter what be the case there, he shouldn't bring it out to use it to molest his fellow human being. So he would have taken it in a better aspect. He would have taken it to a better aspect. Maybe either arresting the case to the police to take care of it, or to any other board that could look into it, and maybe if there is a reasonable issue they are having there, which they may resolve it, then if there is any punishment that should be marked to the person, then he served the punishment. So him using a knife to stab is the last time I was talking about the police case, I still use that this one I want to use now and called evil. So it's an evil in society. And
so you don't think that it was a self-defense act, an act of
I don't
self-defense?
see it as a
Which self-defense?
Uh,
Which self-defense? Even if it's a self-defense, if the driver has slapped him, slap back now.
Legally, even the police, even the soldiers, you don't have rights to use all these armed weapons on your fellow citizens, because it is an issue that's a kind of misunderstanding by having there. So you treat it fairly in a normal way, which when one or two is having a misunderstanding, there must be a way to resolve it. So going to use a knife on him, I see that as the high level of ignorance and indiscipline in all these people that we see as our
Security agents.
So,
Okay, after this incident happened, I'm talking to you now, Gloria, okay? After this incident happened, the news has it that the FRSC station there in Umeka Junction was burnt down by the angry youth. Do you think it was right for the youth to take laws into their hands? Don't you think they would have passed through the appropriate channel to resolve that issue?
Well, as for me, the youth, what they did was not right, actually, in the right sense. It was not right. They would have allowed the government to do their work. But since this is Nigeria, maybe they have waited, and due to they were angry and they are angry mobs, so they had to take laws into their hands, but which is not right. They would have waited for the government to do the work.
But still on you said something, this is Nigeria. So how come? Is there anything different with being Nigerians following due processes?
Well, in Nigeria, things do take long. Yeah, so maybe they have waited for the government and they did not do what they expected to do concerning the deceased man. So they now have to take laws into their hands.
Okay, Israel Ozemina, there are claims that in that same junction, that Umeka junction, that FRSC officials, they extort money a lot from bus drivers. And I feel, and the news rumor has it actually, that it may have been because of money that this issue may have this ugly incident may have occurred. So the question is, how do you think that the government could regulate the activities of the FRSC, especially in extorting money from people? Because if you have not seen, you may have had.
Anyway, see, to me, what I'm saying in effect is this. Prior to this sad event that happened, you may recall, or you would recall, earlier this year, April, that same point, FRSC, they caused a very big havoc that led a soldier to kill a motorist too. See, that incident has happened before, second, and this third one. Now that could lead to the angry youth setting the place ablaze, because this is not the first time it's happening. Now, you see, and whenever things like this happen, they will say alleged. Something that you have seen that happened. What is the essence of alleged to? Why will you say alleged? You've seen it. Now, to your question, if the FRSC knows what is good, to me, I believe that one of the good quality of these FRSC personnel is discipline. They are trained to be disciplined and to discipline motorists, not to be violent. Even when they see maybe a soldier, a police harassing a motorist, they're supposed to intervene, like put discipline, set discipline between motorists and whoever. It's not to be violent. We don't use violence to know them. So it's now. Let me say that the marshal, the head, whoever should bring the perpetrators of that particular tragedy to book before any other thing, modulation or any other thing you say they will put together. Those people should be brought to book, to face the accurate or the desirable punishment. Exactly. Now, in other way around, like your question, let me see. There should be a very good regulatory system.
Yeah, because it's yet,
see now, do you know what?
Yet unidentified. The person who committed this act is yet unidentified.
They will tell you yet unidentified because it is always a drama. It is always a drama in our country. Whenever such thing happen, they will try to come. Thank you. So let me tell you.
So how do the government?
Is their commander? They know the people, the number of people that we are at particular that point.
Those they should inspect as individuals.
No, sir, they should break.
As a kind of nominating. You ask this person, who do you think?
Not even nominating.
Who do you think?
Summon all the officials who were on duty that very day.
Then you can get
to the person direct than to tell us alleged and unidentified.
Okay. So that we don't do much.
I want to answer your question.
Okay.
Now, regulating the body of FRSC. See, the truth of the matter is this: those of them who are in the head there, who are at the top there, may not know what these people who stand by the roadside
They do.
does. They may not know. Now, the issue is this: their pattern now, they will bring one hawker who is hawking bitter cola and the banana, and ask the person to drop whatever he's selling, and the person will be collecting money. That kind of thing. That is the modulation. That is the formation. So from the top, they should regulate these people. In fact, they know how to do. They know what to do. Like Bible said, who knows what is good should do it. So they know how to do. I won't brief on them and ask them these are the things they need to do in order to regulate everything. They know how to regulate the board of FRSC.
Okay, to you, Gloria. Some eyewitnesses at the point said that there was a fight between these two. That's the victim and the FRSC official who stabbed him. So, do you think if the FRSC man had a gun, just like the police and driver had a gun, that the bus driver would, if that's actually true, if he would have had the mind to fight him, don't you think that the government needs to give these people arms?
I don't think the government needs to give them arms,
Okay.
because their duty is just to regulate motorists, get hold of reckless drivers and serve punishments to them, and not to go about with arms. They are not expected to go with arms because they are just their duty is just to be on the road and see the movement of cars and lorries. So, based on the question you asked, if the victim had seen a gun with him,
He will shoot two people at once. he would have shot
he
two
would have
people.
shot
I'm
him
telling you.
instantly, not even minding. Even if he's asking the man to stop and the man is still on the move, he would shoot the man. So I don't think that they should give them arms.
Somebody that stabbed a man with knife.
So what if he has a
gun?
gun? You have done more.
Before the bus driver will have the moral to slap him. He must have.
He didn't
treated
take
him
slap.
badly.
They say
Yes.
argument.
Yes, he must have treated him badly.
So
Maybe
nobody
he must
knows.
have molested him very, very well.
Which gave him the morale to do
Yes.
it.
Okay, that's okay. Okay, we'll be going into the next headline we have for the day, which is INEC. That's youth participation in the 2023 election. You know, in the previous years, there have been data analysis of the number of people who register for voters card. This year we have about 10.2 million fresh applicants. 10.2 million fresh
Registered voters.
applicants, but only 6.5 million has done and completed the registration. And in the analysis, this 6.5 million who has completed the registration, 4.5 million in 6.5 million are youths ranging from the age of 18 to 35. Now we have 1.5 million, the second level, which are people from the age of 35 to 49. 1.5 million. Now, invariably, the youth are taking 70% of they already completed the voters registration. So the question now is this: okay, when we come back, we would look into why and why it's massive, because this is the first time youths are coming out in this large number. So keep watching, and when we come back, we continue with the issues remaining. I still remain Shao Open Michael, your presenter.
Inefficiency and indiscipline is ruining the country now. Corruption here, there, and everywhere. Inflation is soaring high. Let's save Nigeria, so Nigeria won't die. Which way Nigeria? Which way Nigeria? Which way to go? Which way to go? So Nigeria won't die. Of a million miles. Let's start right now to repeat ourselves so as to make the country smile. Let's save Nigeria, so Nigeria won't die. Which way Nigeria? Which way Nigeria? Heaven and earth will pass away. It is written in the book of God. Nigeria, which way Nigeria? Which way to go? Which way to go? Which way Nigeria? Which way? Let's say Nigeria. Which way Nigeria? Amen.
All right, welcome viewers. We will continue from where we stopped. I say the main presenter, Shaun Michael. And we are still on the topic, INEC and youth participation in 2023 election. Like I said before we went for a short break, INEC analysis of the voters registration has it that 70% of people who has completed the registration of the voters card are mainly youths. We have 10.5 million people who showed interest, but only 6.5 million people has completed the registration. And in these 6.5 million people, we have 4.5 million youths from the age of 18 to the age of 35. And we have 1.5 million for the age of 35 to the age of 49, and the rest are within the range of 49 to 60 years old. So the question is this, first to you, Israel Ozemena. In the INEC analysis, this is actually the first time the youths are coming out in mass. What is so special about the upcoming 2023 election? What do you think is special about it?
Anyway, you see, the question I would say is a rhetorical question because it bears its own answer, looking at it very well. Everyone in this country is, both the old and the young, is a victim of the bad governance and corruption. But majorly, the youth are the most victim. Now, we have decided, the youth have decided to be obedient this period. All those years we've been disobeying. So this time around, and you can see a youth is involved. So we decided to be obedient this time around. So whatever anybody can see, that is my own personal answer to your question. This time around, the youths, we are tired of the corruption and the bad governance. And even you that asked the question, it's not easy for you. So we have decided to be obedient this time around. That's why you have seen this maximum census of the youths registering, getting their voters card, as regards to do with the analysis that INEC have brought out. So that's just it. We decided to be obedient this time around.
Okay, Samuel, in the previous years, there is this notion by political analyzers that says that the youths are political apathy in nature, like they have lack of interest in the Nigerian politics. So there is an increase, even in the analysis, in interest in the youths in Nigerian politics today. You barely see a youth who doesn't know what to do and who to vote and what not to vote and what to do in this upcoming election, which was not like this in the previous years. So the question is, what was wrong all this while? What were the government or the people who were missing initially that has actually activated now?
All right. If I may say, I would say that maybe all this while the youth, they have been on bed. They have been on bed, sleeping.
Why?
Like if you check this very election that is upcoming now, if you check the candidates we have, you will know that even a newborn baby should participate in this voting. Yes, because seeing the candidates that you are going to vote also will motivate you. Yes, seeing the candidates you are going to vote will also motivate you. So, and all this while you will see that it has been all these our old leaders, but they are still, which we already know what they are coming for. We already know their notions and intentions. So, what are we going to vote them for? Since we know that when they enter there, this is still the same way they are going to rule us.
You are trying to say because there is a youth contesting.
Not that there is a youth. This is a man. If you check the history of P2B, let me call his name, P2B, you see that he has all the credits to be there.
Okay. Before you go into that, I would love to ask: are you trying to say that the massive youth participation in this 2023 election is because of a particular man?
Okay, let me come this way. It's not just that it's because of a particular man.
Okay.
Now, the youth have seen this is the opportunity that they have to come into government, because P2B is a youth, and his running mate is also a youth. So, all this while our fathers there that have been there, they have not been giving the youth the chance to belong.
In fact, we are disappointed with those ones who voted before.
So now they are not feeling belong, because from there now you see appointments will now based on the youth. So this is our time. Actually, any youth that doesn't participate in this election In fact, it should be.
It's an ancestor. No, it should be,
You
should
should
be
be
registered
taken away
with
from
ancestors.
these countries. It's not supposed to be. this country.
Samuel, I would love to still ask you this. You said, and appointments will come to the youths. And I'm asking, is it that you are saying that in this participation, for participating, that there will be a lot of appointments in government works from youths?
In every new government, there will always be appointment of ministers, and the old ones, some of them, they will, bring them down. So it must surely happen. So appointment will be, and the youth is going to be favored the more because it is their member, is a member of the youth that is going there.
Okay, you are talking about member of the youth, and we are talking about political party as well. Let me say, is it that every youth is a member of the political party you are talking about, that's been Labour Party for?
No. I don't think that, more especially on the presidential election.
Okay.
I don't think it's not even supposed to be based on party. No, we are looking for a candidate, a symbol, what we are saying. So it is not going to. I don't think it's not. Even if some people are having a mind to do as based on party, it shouldn't be. So everybody should look upon as the candidate. So check who you know that can deliver. So we should forget about party. We have been going on party, and the party has not given us anything.
The truth of the matter that we have been voting our ancestors. So we decided to change the pattern of the vote to vote a youth. Very simple.
Let's hear from you, Glory. This question is, among the presidential candidates in the 2023 election, we have 3 men, most especially 3 men, because there are other contestants that are from 3
Different parties.
ethnic groups, major ethnic groups. We have from the Northerner, Atiku Abubakar. We have Peter Obi, who is from the east. We have a Westerner, Tinubu. So I want to know, do you think there would be chances for the youth, to the person they feel they have this vision for, if every tribe should vote for their candidates, somebody from their own tribe? Because we are talking about in population, the Northerners are way bigger than the Easterners and the Westerners combined. So I would like to know, what do you think should be done about?
Okay, you're talking based on to see if the voting could be done by ethnic groups.
I said, if the youths of the Northerners decide to vote a Northerner, and the youths of the Westerner, a Westerner, and the Eastern youths, an Easterner, how do you think it will emerge?
Well, it will emerge good.
Okay.
Yes, it will be a wonderful voting for me. But if we should do it like that, don't you think that at the end of the voting that we need someone to emerge as in to be the one to control the rest?
What I'm saying is this, the question is this. We're talking about youth participation, and the question is this. If every tribe, their youth are coming out in mass, and in 2023, each youth from each of these ethnic groups decides to vote for their own, are there chances for the person you people have been talking about? I'm sure you've been talking about Labour Party. If every youth from each of these ethnic groups decides to vote for their own ethnic candidates, because we have the Igbo, we have the Northerner and the Yoruba. So the question is this: if the Northern youth decide to vote for the Northerner, and the Western youth for the Westerner, and the Eastern youth for the Easterner, the question is there any hope for the said man you are talking about? Because in population, the Northerners are higher. That's the question.
Well, if they should do it like that, God will help us.
Let me help you out. Let me shock you. Let me borrow that language, or rather, let me electrocute you, rather than shocking you.
Okay.
See, though the election is not about tribalism or whatever.
Okay.
It's not about ethnicity. So, but I'm trying to put it to you directly that if it's said now that youth of this ethnic group vote this person, do you know the Labour Party have a very strong structure over there in the northern part of the country. So, however, be it as it may, we are always obedient, and the obedience will always emerge.
Okay.
Victoriously. So
Okay, well, without taking much of our time, we've actually come to the end of this program, Student Corner. But before we leave, I wouldn't fail to also ask my guests, which are my colleagues and my classmates as well. So please tell us how you feel about Living TV Film Academy, Living Television. Please, starting from you, Samuel Ogidi. Please tell us what you feel, how it has been so far in Living TV.
Actually, there are a lot to talk about Living TV.
Okay.
So, you have been hearing about this school in one way or the other. So, you joining us will be the best decision you have ever taken for yourself.
Okay. So our lady Gloria Chukwudi.
Well, Living Television Film Academy is good. I must confess, they are really trying. Yes.
Okay. To you, Israel Ozemina. So what do you have to tell the viewers about Living TV Film Academy?
All right, our beautiful viewers, you see, Living TV is actually a college of mass communication and media studies, film and media studies, or rather. Now, I want to tell you that based on mass communication, what Living TV cannot teach does not exist.
Oh.
They have not seen it. So, and come to the whole wide Southeast. This is the best college for mass communication, film and multimedia studies you can ever get. So in fact, it's a good thing that have happened to people of Abia and the entire Southeast. So I'm not saying it because I'm the SUG president. No. I'm saying the fact, just the way it is. And you out there, I advise you, this is a golden opportunity for you. We are live here direct. Living TV is the best for you. Looking for mass communication? How to start mass communication, film, multimedia studies, Living TV is the best. Living TV Film Academy is the best and the best for you. So, very soon, I hope to see, hopefully, participating to see you.
All right, viewers, I still remain your humble presenter, Shaul Michael, a student of Living TV Film Academy. We have come to the end of Students Corner for today. We'll see you next time. Please, I would add, there are only 2 televisions. We have Living Television and the rest of other televisions. Please keep on watching and be with us this time next week. Thanks.
Let's save Nigeria, so Nigeria won't die. Which way Nigeria? Which way Nigeria?
Oh,